Do you believe this stuff that's coming out of your mouth? There's no way you do.
This was a credit card cuckold.
Love wins out in the end, you know?
Welcome back, everybody. Casey on tap alongside my partner in crime, a PGA professional golfer on the other side of this microphone. He is a one-time number one man for the Ohio State Buckeyes. He's a two-time Northeast Ohio runner-up player of the year.
That's incorrect. That's incorrect.
Three-time?
Not runner-up player of the year. I was three-time Northwest Ohio player of the year, two-time individual state champion runner-up, if you really want to throw that dagger in there.
Well, it's not a dagger. I mean, some would say that's an incredible accomplishment. I just wanted to make sure that people know who they're dealing with here. Okay?
Three-time first team All-State, three-time All Northwest Ohio.
There it is. In a one-time first ballot Hall of Fame in between the two horses' ass in New Orleans when Doug Wade fought the law and the law won.
Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, we can't really tell that story yet because it's a cliffhanger. You got to wait.
It is a cliffhanger because people want to know. They don't understand if I'm being serious, and I'm being very serious. You are looking at not only an exceptional human being, a lifelong friend of mine, an elite golfer, a Hall of Famer, but you're also looking at someone who challenged the mounted police force in the bayou, in the trenches, Bourbon Street. I watched it with my own two eyes. He slapped the back end of a mounted horse, and he was swiftly sandwiched in between two horses' asses, just the way he should be, to the likes of which you've never seen before or will ever see since. I digress. Douglas, today, the beginning of the 124th playing of this United States Golfing Championship, the U.S. Open at Pinehurst, not number 1, not number 3, 4, 5. It's Pinehurst number 2, 25th anniversary of the great Payne Stewart, the victory at Pinehurst. Douglas, you got to feel good. You know, this is right in your wheelhouse, baby.
U.S. Open week. It doesn't get much better than this. I will watch as much coverage as I can. I started watching it at 7:20 this morning when it came on, and I've got it on in my background right there.
Yeah.
Try to follow it all day. Yeah, it's good stuff. Love it.
Without further ado, let's give our fan feedback for the week. From Lynn in Phoenix, Arizona. Lynn says, I'm loving these. And Lynn, we love you. So keep the fan feedback coming there. Number 2, if you ever want to talk about airplanes or about certain JV baseball coaches' crack smoking habit, I'm your Huckleberry. Keep up the great work. Matthew from Mount Vernon, Virginia. We'll have Matt on, and he would be a really fun guest to have on. Those would be good stories. Last but not least, it's Sheets with a Z, not Sheets with an S, you moron. Emily from Cleveland. And I want to say thank you, Emily. You get the spirit of this show. She didn't actually say moron, but I added that, and we corrected that online. Hashtag Sheets with a Z instead of Sheets with an S. Although, you know, who doesn't like a good, nice, clean set of sheets? From Sheets, perhaps.
Sheets. What a place.
Well,
I mean, there's nothing like a Sheets at 1 a.m. There's not a whole lot like. I mean, you want to experience life
in West Virginia,
in West Virginia, especially West Virginia.
What was was it Princeton? What was the city? There was one specific Sheets we were at 1 a.m. that was to behold. Was it Princeton? It was out in the middle of. Yeah,
it was right on the West Virginia Carolina border because we were through Charleston. I can't remember the name of it, but yeah, it was. Wow, it was deep in the neck. Whew.
Might have been. They could have been filming the sequel to Deliverance. We don't know. We didn't stay around long enough to find out. All right, back to the U.S. Open now. Douglas, did you know that no U.S. Open winner in the history at Pinehurst number 2 has ever carded a double bogey? Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Well, that's what I do. I prepare for the show so the people are satisfied. And I just heard one of the commentators say that. Adam Scott was indeed a last-minute addition to this 124th U.S. Open field. He was exempt. I don't know if you know this, but he was number 61 in the world rankings. Do you know how he became exempt?
I do, yes. Obviously, with Grayson Murray passing, right, he got taken out of the world rankings, and Scott got moved up to 60th. However, Scott also, had that not happened, would have got in as the first alternate out of his sectional site. As it turned out, the number 2 qualifier from that same site got in, who is a kid by the name of Maxwell Moldavin, who just graduated from Ohio State. There are 2 Ohio State seniors just graduated playing in this U.S. Open field. Of course, we talked last week about how Ohio State almost won the national championship.
Yeah.
Neil Shipley and Maxwell
Shipley
Moldavin.
was 200 par for a while there.
He shot even par, first round in the books, even par. Yeah, he's
incredible.
Incredible.
It extends Adam Scott's major championship streak. He's played in how many, Douglas? Do you know the number?
Yeah, I do. I do know it. Now, whether I remember it right now, it's like 93.
They're very good. This is his 92nd straight.
Yeah,
major championship.
Yeah, it's like since 2002 or something. It's bizarre.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
Adam Scott of all people, the guy with the yips, the guy that putts with a rake.
Yeah, but when he swings like a god and stays healthy, there you go.
Well said. Spoken like a true professional. Speaking of true professionals, Douglas, your boy Rory McIlroy, 1 month ago, files for divorce from Erica Stahl. Irreconcilable differences. He wanted her out of that home swiftly and without contention. But indeed, they have, quote, resolved those differences very, very, very quickly. There have been rumors about my personal life recently, which is unfortunate, Rory says. Responding to each rumor is a fool's game. Over the past weeks, Erica and I have realized that our best future is a family together. Thankfully, we have resolved our differences and look forward to a new beginning. Doug, your thoughts on this borderline miraculous turn of events between Rory and Erica?
Hey, man, love wins. Love wins out in the end, you know? It's great. It's good stuff. I know you're going to say, well, they both talked to their lawyers and realized how much they're going to lose. Either Erica didn't realize how much she wasn't going to get, or Rory was realizing how much he was going to lose. And I think whoever was the aggressor in that situation decided it was in their best interest to work it out. I'm still confused on I mean, we don't know why. I guess it's really none of our business, but good for them. You know what? Good for them. And Rory's off to a hot start, so maybe that's what he needed, you know?
A great word you just used was confused. Yeah. The sarcasm at which I'm reading that article, in which I'm speaking with now, is thick. It's thick and it's chewy. Let me explain. So, look, I mean, listen, Douglas, I've known a lot of people who've been divorced, and they go through divorces and they cite irreconcilable differences. I personally have never seen such an incredible about face. I mean, like the one I'm looking at right here. We have resolved our differences. Let me remind you, just a month ago, when he served this woman, he didn't just serve her papers. Do you remember what they said? I mean, they were gnarly. It was
aggressive.
It was aggressive. Here's what I know. Okay. What I know is there were attorneys involved. These attorneys said to him, "You're going to lose." Like they wrote a number on a piece of paper, and he goes, "Whoa, whoa! It's wow! I'm in love. I'm in love again. I'm in love, and so are you. Let's get back together, honey. What do you say?" Doug, they're looking forward to a new beginning, because we know that's how that all works. No one's going to remember anything. There won't be any resentment. There's not going to be any arguments where she goes, "Remember those papers you sent me?" It's all going to be sunshine and pinwheels from here on out. Well, the good news. Well, look, currently Rory is 3 under par through 10. So
he's in love.
You should be thankful we're not talking about your NBA picks. They've been.
I just despise the Celtics so much. I didn't,
that's your problem though. You let your emotions. A Harvard study has shown.
I mean,
emotions up, IQ down. You predict the Mavericks every game.
That's not true. I'm not predicting the Mavericks every game.
3 games, and you've picked the Mavericks all 3.
Good job, Boston. Way to go.
Thank you. As a lifetime Celtics fan.
Where did you live in Boston again? I can't even remember. We're in Massachusetts, right? Did you grow up there? No, wait. You lived in Dallas. I can't even remember.
That's right. But did you live in Cleveland? Did you live in Cleveland?
Ohio.
All you.
Yeah.
Ohio.
Closest team to my hometown.
So you're a Bengals fan. So you're a fan of. Okay, that makes sense. Ohio. Yeah. Well, I grew up loyal to a. It's funny. I'm glad you just brought that up because the teams that I root for, it's amazing. I've always been attracted to what's good, truth, light, justice, reason, God, apple pie, greatness. It's not a coincidence. Was I there when the 1990 Cincinnati Redlegs completed the only wire-to-wire season beginning to end, leading in World Series championship as the greatest baseball team in the history of, no, it's not coincidental. Is it coincidental that I root for the blue star that got us out of the doldrums after 9/11? The Dallas Cowboys are what raised this country back into the light with our 5 world championships and everything that's great across this world. Everyone looks at that star and thinks, we're going to be okay.
What I mean,
and finally,
the
Boston Celtics.
I got to ask
finally,
you,
the Boston Celtics.
Do you believe the stuff that's coming out of your mouth? There's no way you do. Let's move on. What's your? I can't listen to this anymore. Next subject. Where are we at? We're at summertime cookouts right now.
That's right, summertime cookouts, and I have a couple fun trivia questions for you. We're just gonna, have a couple trivia questions that people can. And Doug has not been prepared for these.
Nope.
So you remember that game, like who's smarter than a 5th grader? And people, there's always going to be like some sort of trivia you're not good at and some that you're good. We have 10 trivia questions here, Douglas. Are you willing to play Casey on Tap trivia, 1st edition?
No, I'm not. I'm not willing.
No, you're not. Well, then I'll play it with the people. Number 1.
Here we go. All right.
Here we go. Number 1. What is the capital city of Australia?
I mean, Australia. My God. You
want to pass?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's stupid. Yeah.
It's not stupid. Number 2. Which planet is known as the red planet?
Mars.
That is correct. Number 3. Who painted the Mona Lisa?
I've seen the Mona Lisa in person. It is at the Louvre.
Have you really?
Louvre. Yes, in Paris. She is a sight to behold in real life.
And I have a feeling that
it's in this huge room. It's unbelievable. It's in this huge room, and it's kind of like staged in the middle of the room, and people just line up, and they just go up to it, and they look at it, and
does it have the name of the artist there somewhere?
It's Van Gogh, I believe, right?
Ooh, sorry. So that was a good guess. Good guess. Leonardo da Vinci.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I knew it.
Good guess, though. I would have said Ralph Waldo Emerson. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Number 4. What is the largest ocean in the world?
The Pacific.
That is correct. Well done. What is the tallest mountain in the world?
Mount Everest?
Correct.
Yeah.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Because that one could be, you might think, there might be
it was too obvious, but yeah.
It might be a little too obvious, right? I thought you were going to say Mount Vesuvius, which I think is a volcano, but it's neither here nor there. Which animal is known as the king of the jungle?
That should be a lion.
Correct. Look at you. 3 in a row. Number 7. Who wrote the play Romeo and Juliet?
William Shakespeare.
Well done. Look at you. You are on a roll here. What is the chemical symbol for gold?
Wow. Yeah. I should know that.
Oh, yeah. I know this one. So I just looked at it.
I don't know. I wasn't a chemist.
It is AU.
I almost said that. Dang it.
Yep.
I should have just said it.
How many players are there on a baseball team?
9 on a team play at the same time, sure.
That's what it is. The answer is 9, yep. What is the largest organ in the human body? Number 10. And final trivia question.
I'm going to say heart.
The skin. The skin is the largest organ in the human body. So let's take a look here. I think you might have gotten a 60% there, 7 out of 10.
Yeah, maybe 7. But skin's an organ? Skin is an organ?
The largest organ in the human body is the skin. Yep. There you go. Interesting fun fact right there. Vermont.
Montpelier.
Pennsylvania.
Harrisburg.
South Dakota.
Pierre.
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma City.
Rhode Island.
Providence.
You see, folks, he's got this Rain Man, it's like, how many toothpicks fell on the floor type of deal here. Let's do a couple more. Tennessee.
Nashville.
Washington.
Olympia.
Oregon.
Salem.
He's going to go 50 for 50. It's pretty impressive. All right, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, it's that time. It is time for the increasingly popular mailbag.
Oh boy,
Douglas, what do you say?
this mailbag's been getting intense lately. Let's. What do we got? What do we got today?
Well, before that, what we should do is we got a couple of, sponsors. First of which is 310 Labs, an indie gaming company made of two software engineers passionate about Playmates. YASS, yet another Spider Solitaire deal of the day. Download it today. I play it every day. It's actually a lot of fun. Jackson Gray Jewelers in Chagrin Falls, Ohio. So if you are looking for some unique piece of jewelry to be designed, Chad Verhoff, not only is he an hilarious dude, he's an awesome dude, but very interesting guy. We might have him on too. He's an archer. He's a master jeweler. So thanks to Chad, thanks to 310 Labs. They're the sponsor of the mailbag. Number one, recently went on a third date. Female, 24. His car went out to dinner on a third date. His card was declined, and then his second card was declined. I volunteered to pay. He has not been the same ever since. How can I get it back on track and eliminate his embarrassment? Not bad.
Well, I mean, he it happens. He's going to have if she's clearly okay with it. She understands. She took care of it, and now she feels bad that he feels bad. He's got to let this go. He's got to let it go. She's doing the right thing and sticking up for him and going to bat for him. And so I'm not sure why he's hanging on to this. As far as what she can do, I think she's doing all she can do, and she said it's okay and no big deal, and we're all good. And at this point, it's up to him to accept it and move on, or just live in this shame and guilt and get rid of her and just go become a monk. I don't know what else to say.
Get rid of her and become a monk.
That's it.
That was one of the options you just provided.
If he cannot accept her,
creative.
Yeah, I mean that's it.
Have you ever had a card decline, like in that situation, like being on a date? Have you ever had a card
not in that situation, but
in front of people?
No, I mean I think I would assume I've had something decline like that before, but not necessarily. I can't remember it on that kind of stage, but
yeah, I've had it happen like at a grocery store, with a line of people. And you've got a 17-year-old going, "You got another card?" And you're like, "What?" That one's not working. You're like, "Oh." Because in the day and age of security and all these things, I mean, it can be sensitive. However, for the sake of this question, we're just going to assume that it was a lack of funds problem, and it happened twice, and they're young, and I can imagine that being incredibly embarrassing. I can imagine that being very embarrassing. And then she, what it reminds me of being cuckolded, credit card cuckolding. Okay. This was a credit card cuckold. Okay. What happened was he was gently put to the side while she pulled out something better and that could get the job done. That's what happened. Okay. I think she needs to move on. I think that he's never going to come out of that corner. Because I think it's going to translate into the bedroom. I think it's all going to be a mess. He'll always remember being cuckolded. It starts with excuse me. Can you go to the side there, buddy? Here, use this card. I really thought that one. I didn't think that one was going to go that direction. Oh
boy.
Doug, I thought that one. I thought we were in good shape. Perv Nation.
Yeah, no, he's done. He's done. These two need to part ways. It's over.
Oh boy, he got the credit card cuckold. We should trade. Hey, write this down. We need to trademark that one quick. That's funny. Okay, question number 2. How do I know if I've been ghosted? Male 24. How many texts/calls can go by before officially saying I've been ghosted? It's interesting.
So a little context to this. One would depend on how intense their conversations have been leading up to this. Are they texting all day, or has it just been a kind of one or two texts a day type thing?
Give both.
Let's say it's been gradual. Let's just say they're just kind of getting to meet each other and they've texted a little bit. You've got 3 texts, and I'd say at most 3 days, and then you're done. That's it. Now, if it's an intense thing and it's been very active, and all of a sudden you decide, hey, you know what, I'm going to send her a selfie, and then all you hear is crickets. I mean, dude, party's over. I mean, you listen, that's it. At
I
some
saw
point,
your face. I saw your face when you said selfie. Now,
yeah.
were you? Did
No,
you mean?
I meant like a face selfie.
What kind of selfie did you mean there,
Well,
Douglas?
it could have been either one. It depends. Depends on how far along they are in the relationship. But I'm just thinking,
Does it though?
facial
Does it though?
selfie here. I mean, I guess not. Whatever. It doesn't.
Well, because let's say you're not that. Let's say you're not that far along. There's a way to see for ghosted. Just fire away. Just there it is. Boom. Well, because there's a way.
No, but that's not the context of the question here. He gets on average he gets 3 texts in a couple days. That's it. You're out.
So you're saying like, oh, hey, how are you? One day, nothing.
Yeah.
Second day, hey, just checking in.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Hey,
Third day.
You must have had a long night. Hope all's well. Have a great day. That's text number 2. You let a whole day go by, and then the third day comes and you say, "Hey, not sure what's going on. Hope everything's okay. Let me know." That type of thing, and that's it. That's it. You're done.
I think you just add on one quick little easy thing. Day 4. Num, 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 num. Maybe with a gif of the Cookie Monster.
That could be your Ghostbuster right there. Could be your Ghostbuster.
The Ghostbuster.
You send that might be the Ghostbuster. And she's back. And she's back.
Right.
Yes.
Hey, and then you write the caption, I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
That's right. I ain't afraid of being ghosted. Boom. You send that picture. It's the Ghostbuster.
And then she's like, hey.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Didn't realize I was playing with a foot long and not just a regular size hot dog, if you know what I'm saying. We are solving problems. Although, let's be honest, odds are it's not that.
Yeah.
It's probably closer to the full. You get it.
Yeah.
Doug, I like that. I like the Ghostbuster. The trilogy.
Yeah. That's it.
Wow. Yeah, because being ghosted is it's something, I don't know. I think it's for the younger. I think the younger people.
It's pretty weak. It's pretty weak.
It's pretty weak. It's like, yeah, because you leave the other person thinking, what I do, what did I say, if you're, you know what I mean? If you're dating multiple people, or if you, not committing, you're not doing anything wrong in terms of like, hey, I'm committing to you, cheating on you. If you're just playing the field and you're kind of talking to somebody, and then one day you're not talking. In all seriousness, I think even if it's like halitosis, like breath is a big deal to me, and it could easily end things swiftly and sharply. And do I have what it takes to say it's your halitosis, or do I ghost them? It takes someone like me, a fan of the Cowboys, the Cincinnati Reds, the Boston Celtics, truth, light, reason, apple pie, God, honesty, freedom, all those things. These people like I do not ghost. People like I have the intestinal fortitude to say it is the halitosis.
Couldn't you like go somewhere in between though? I mean that seems pretty strong. Like
but people like you would want to go. There is no.
I wouldn't want to ghost. I wouldn't want to ghost them, but I also wouldn't want to say, yeah, your halitosis. Just I'm
okay.
done.
Then you fib. Do you say something like, yeah, it's not you, it's me?
I think sometimes it might be okay to send a white lie out there. You're trying to put somebody down softly. I don't want to hurt anybody.
I don't want to hurt them.
I want them to see that's strong.
But hear me.
Could help them in the future. I understand that.
Not could. The medicine which I provide will cure them of that and let them prosper. They will then know Listerine.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe it's a medical condition. Maybe you have to go to the doctor and he goes, whoa. And then hopefully someday in return, that person has said intestinal fortitude to come back to me and say, thank you. Thank you, Dallas Cowboys. Thank you, Boston Celtics.
Yeah, I could see that.
You see it because it was the stinging light of truth that day when you said not just bad breath, but halitosis that
You
has
might be
allowed
onto
me.
something there.
It's called, that's right. Maybe you and some other people that will remain unnamed in terms of, teams that you root for and ethics that you condone. Maybe you can learn something from that too. Number 3, last but certainly not least, Douglas. 24-year-old female, been in a relationship for 6 months. He's very clean, never has bad breath, very good hygiene. Last night he was sound asleep. He started what I thought was an innocent scratching of the bum. It continued for 30 plus seconds and became more of a digging. He then placed the same hand over my chest to cuddle, and the smell of his hand is something that can't be described with words. Serious case of the icks. Is there any way out of this?
There is a way out of this. It's right through the front door into your car, and off you go. That's how you get out of this. I mean, my God, what is going on here?
Oh, the poor guy was sound
Is
asleep.
is that from Carrie from Columbus? I mean, where's this coming from here? This is ridiculous. Who's dealing with this stuff?
That was retribution. That was retribution.
I just
It was not. That was not from Gary Columbus, but that was real. It's a real
wow.
thing
Let
that
me think
someone
about
wrote.
this. I mean, that's
Oh man. Well, I'm just telling you.
I mean, what did she do? Did she like take the hand off and or did she just lay there? Like, what do you do? I'd have been like, get off me!
The
What are
hand,
you doing?
the hand comes over. It's right. It's right here.
Uh, I would have been.
Listen.
I'd have been
Oh,
giving the people's elbow right to his face,
she
and
didn't know
to
what to do.
woke him up. And said, "What are you doing? Like, go. You know what you just did.
Oh,
He may not even realize you. You know what you just did.
yeah.
Go take care of that. I mean, good
She
God.
said he was clean. It wasn't an yeah. You know, he was clean. It wasn't like it was. It just happened. Look, yeah.
It's a tough break for him. I mean, he seems to
It's a
do all
tough.
the right stuff when he's awake, but it's just a tough deal. On to the next
Listen, it's a tough break
tough break.
because smells are like when you get a smell and like it's so hard to get that
Yeah,
smell
I
out of.
mean that's
Oh, have you ever walked in? You know what it reminds me of? Like the most atrocious, horrific, disgusting places in humanity are when you get off an airplane and you go into a men's restroom in an airport. That's what it reminded me of. It's the nasty. Do you know what I'm talking about? There are 20 dudes lined up. It's the most disgusting. Oh my God. And like anything to avoid walking into a restroom after a man or woman for that matter, has a nice bowel movement. You don't, it goes in. I have a really good friend who was with a woman one night and she went in, it went into his nostril and like the fart dissipated in his throat and he called it a shit missile and he's never quite gotten over that. Okay. I mean, if you think about that, it went and he was like, oh, and she said,
what was his
whoops.
nose doing that so close to her butt to
Well, they
begin
were
with?
clearly they were clearly in the 69 position, if you want to, want to say it that
Oh
way.
my God, perv nation in full effect here.
Well, I'm just telling you, it reminds me that it went into his nose, he said, and it went like down his throat
Man,
and
what a
then just,
shot! What a shot by her.
yeah. And she said, oops. And he said, yep, that was it. I
Yeah,
mean, what are you going to say? What are
that's
you going
it.
to do?
Oops.
Listen, it happens. Oops, oops, pressure, gas. You know what? I think there's a lesson here for everybody. If you make sure you clear, if you've got gas, like go somewhere, get it out. You don't need to do it. You don't need to have it accidentally happen in bed. And if you listen, if you're shower before you go to sleep. Because, bro, Doug said it right. Like, this is a tough break, bro. Like, you're a clean dude. You're a clean dude. She said that. But the problem is you went digging for gold as a weird, I'm asleep kind of a weird thing. And then you threw the hand up over, and now she's not going to be able to get over that. I don't think. That's a tough one, man. And if you do, God bless you. I mean, you could put like Febreze, you could like soak Kleenexes and Tide and stuff them up your nostrils. I don't know what to do to get that out, but I'd say back on the wagon. I'd say we're out there looking for you. And when you do put your profile up for the dating sites, be like, listen, if you have a thing when you're asleep, you start scratching the bum and throwing it up over me like you're going to snuggle. Let's not date.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
That's it.
All right. Well, there you go, man. Just like that. Douglas, do you have any parting words of wisdom for the people as we wrap up this 7th pretty successful episode of Casey on Tap? What do you got?
Well, there's one thing that the people should know about our trip to North Carolina. Before we played, you've been having trouble with your chipping and your pitching.
True.
And we had a little lesson, and we talked a little bit about getting your weight more on your left side, so your angle attack could be a little bit steeper with a little follow through. And you got the hang of it fairly quickly and felt okay to you. We get on the golf course. We are in a battle for first place. We are trying to dodge pencil whipping. We're on our 16th hole. It's about a 360-yard par 4. I happen to hit a pretty good drive down there, about 20 yards short of the green.
Yep.
And we've got a little pitch shot over a little hump. You're the second person to play.
That's right.
You get over that shot and you said, boy, I could make this. The club goes back, weight stays on that left side, softly floats up off the club face onto the green. Yeah. As it hits and rolls, it is a pause where it's, could you go in? As that ball falls down 6 inches into the earth, the place erupts.
Oh, it erupted.
The place erupted. 4 grown men running circles on the green at 12 Oaks.
It's a true story.
Jubilation, excitement.
Oh,
it was a sight to behold.
Thank you.
And, I mean, that's good stuff. So I guess a parting thing is stick with those lessons in the game of golf, and good things could happen.
Wait forward. Like you're saying that, but wait forward.
Yep.
Honest to God, that was the best I've pitched around the greens in the longest time. And that went in. That was a lot of fun. That was, for a hack like me to knock into 25, whatever it was, 25 yards off the green, and for that deuce there when we needed. Oh, that was a blast. As a matter of fact, I'll try to get video of we should have had that recorded, but I'll try to get the video of the post chip shot up online this week. So thank you for that, Douglas. All right, so until next week, everybody. Before we go, you want to make a quick prediction? Who's going to win this thing?
I gotta stick with Aberg. I'm going with Aberg to get his breakthrough win.
I like Aberg as well. All right, until next time, everybody. For Doug Wade, my name is Casey Wandell, and we'll see you on Casey on Tap, where anything goes. Have a good week.